100th episode of Clements Homebrew is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Clements Homebrew
coming at ya. 100%
on our 100th beer review.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
And it's our 100th beer review. It's awesome. And looky here, look what we've got. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is the Abyss 2007. Now, we've got a lineup here. We've got the 7, don't have the 8, got an empty bottle for it. Got the 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we've got a live audience here, which is really cool. We've also got some great food, man. We're gonna have steak, and we've got some beer cheese soup with Mirror Pond in it from Deschutes. And we've even got Deschutes brownies, special recipe from Deschutes restaurant. Awesome. So we're gonna
Super Chef Mr. Clements right here made it all.
Well, no. Mrs. Clements Homebrew made the brownies, but I did make the beer cheese soup.
Oh, there we go.
So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be truly analyzing the 2007, but for our beer review. But we are gonna have, of course, the 9, 10, 11, and 12 here. We're gonna take a break here because we gotta get all this stuff cracked open. We'll be right back.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, this is a big moment because this is five plus years old. I mean, today it's January the what?
13th of 13.
January the 13th. So, this is probably 5¼ years, and we're gonna see.
Look at that black abyss in there,
as Christian would say. All right, let's get a nose on this thing.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, I'm already happy.
There's some smokiness in this one, isn't there?
There is. There's a bit of chocolate. There's a bit of smoke. And there's quite a bit of alcohol. Wow. There's I hate to say it, I get a little bit of like a rubbing alcohol scent off of it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
But I'm also getting, like we did in the 2008, a little bit of the, what I called that, olive smell that I got off the 2008.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit off of it.
So those
maybe
offsets.
There's like a certain year point that Abyss doesn't go past.
Well, I'm sure there is. I think 2.5 years is optimal. There's some still you get some chocolate, you get a little bit of molasses and so forth.
Slight molasses, more of a saltiness.
Yeah, it's definitely much more earthy than the other ones are. So let's do this.
All right. Here's hoping that's still good.
Yeah. Oh wow. I'm liking it better than the 2008 that we'd had.
Yeah, it is better than the 2008.
Definitely.
That we recently had. I get a good coffee taste to it. More
Yeah.
espresso.
Yeah, you get some espresso off this. It's a really deep, earthy taste coming off that. Definitely the espresso. And of course, chocolate in there.
Yeah, darker
and some
chocolate.
molasses.
It's more of a darker chocolate with the molasses.
The molasses makes me think more of like sorghum, which has that deeper, richer taste and so forth. Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's still pretty rich and creamy, that's
It's
for sure.
still rich. Wow. Wow. This has this char taste to it.
Yeah.
The smoky, charred wood taste to it, which is really unique that I've not had in one before.
I got a little down my throat.
I think we've tried the 2007 2-3 years ago when we did a taster at the brewery back at the time. And in fact, some of the people here, Colin and Thomas, were with us. I know we had 2007 and 2008 that year. That was along with the 10.
7, 8, 9, 10.
It's 7, 8, 9, 10. Thomas got that right, and we did have it. But this is really deep. This is really more char wood rich.
Yeah.
Very unique. Wow.
Actually, as it's airing out, it's actually releasing more of the that olive taste that we were getting. It's actually dissipating.
Right.
So maybe it just needs to
right.
air out a little bit.
Yeah. This is a complex beer. We're going to take our time, and we're going to be right back with this one. All right. The studio audience out there is talking zombies, but now they've got some 2000 Abyss. So we're going to ask them all to try some.
There's some smokiness in there, definitely. Went right up the pipe.
Yeah, Christian got some smoke inhalation.
Oh, man.
He drank a little
Stop
bit there.
smoking.
Yeah. Good thing you're not a firefighter.
Thank God. Anyways, what are we doing?
Anyway, so now we're going to see. This is warmed up a little bit. Oh, man, it is sweetened up. It is the molasses is shining through a bit more in these glasses.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's just the smell right now. If you detract the, like I started smelling it and I got that olivey taste, but if you don't smell it and you're actually tasting it, it's opening up a lot.
It's opening up. It's getting smoother, creamier, just deeper molasses flavors. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, I was concerned that being what it is, 2007, this could be epically great or an epic fail.
No.
And right now, I think this is epically great.
I don't know. It was never. It does not reach the height of what 2008 ever was.
I think though that a lot of people have different opinions on chocolate and things and so forth, but a lot of people aren't familiar with aged flavors, just like an old wine, you know. And this is an old beer. There aren't that many beers you're going to age 5 years. There are some, but
This
this
beer
isn't
is
the
like
only one.
ancient like you.
For beer, yes, in beer years, and
In beer years, it's ancient.
well, I don't know how we rate this one.
Are we gonna
And then
rate
we're going
it
to go
now?
on and we're going to be drinking some of the others and having fun. But for me, for an aged beer like this, man,
You know, we forgot to say, it does have a nice bit of oak in it.
it does. Actually, you're
I think
right.
we totally forgot that because it was aged in oak barrels. And I think maybe that's some of the hints that we get here and there.
Yeah, aged in oak barrels and then bottle conditioned for obviously years. So, as far as rating this, there's just really nothing much that I can compare on rating this one. I gotta say, I mean, after having done the 2008 this fall, now this winter doing this, I'm just saying it. For an aged beer like this, I'm just going 99. I'm doing it.
You're a generous fellow, aren't you?
But because I understand how it's changed and that it's added the smoky flavors and everything else and how it's opened up. Yeah, I'm going for it, 99. I love my Abyss. I am prejudiced. There's no question.
I like Abyss too, Dad, but you know, you gotta just think about it. Tasting it, oak age, you know, the scent, you gotta add in the scent. It still has that kind of olivey scent to it, you know, you can't deny it.
That's why it lost a point.
No, and the taste isn't a 90 or 100%, so
Not for you, but for me,
me,
I like aged stuff.
fine. You like your aged stuff. I think this is great age. I just don't think that it's aged as well as some. It is 5 years old. I'm gonna give it a 96. I mean, it's really, really
Fair
good.
enough.
It's in the world-class stage, but it's not there.
Fair enough. And that's why we do these things. And that's just proof positive again, we don't always agree. So anyway, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to move on quickly because we don't want to stretch this out too much. And then we're going to just have fun with the guys here.
What do we got now?
We got the 9.
I heard
Okay,
some
the 9.
criticisms of 9 back there.
And we all know
I heard
about
the
the
plague
9.
was in this. That's
Yeah.
what I heard. Oh my. You smell that one?
That is so hard. That is such a dramatic change.
That's what she said.
You smell that?
This doesn't have
It's
that
rotten.
smoky, deep, rich flavor that the 7 has. And we knew the 7 was good, but
Woo! What is? Oh, it's got some zing to it compared to that.
It's just not nearly as rich.
It's actually a
Not
lot
nearly as
sweeter.
rich.
You get a little bit of more molasses. I don't know. For me, it kind of has more of a licorice taste almost to it. It's like, you know.
Like Palace Clements.
This is Alex here. 10.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's got some zestiness to it. Which
We're not getting this out of
remember.
the barrel like it is when we go down there.
Yeah.
We have this our bottle age. Now, granted, we've got it in a temperature-controlled area, but
Yeah, we did.
still.
I think I have an
Actually,
09 bottle.
I'm liking
says
our
Christians do not
09
touch.
here better than I liked the 09 out of their cask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's got a little pizzazz to
Yeah,
it.
it's a little thinner, but whatever. All right, we're jumping on. We're going to the 10, right?
All right, here comes
Cheers.
the 10.
Cheers.
Cheers to the 10.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, okay.
Yep.
Right away, we've got a little bit of milk chocolate coming in with some dark chocolate mix. You get back a little bit of that smoky taste that you had in the 7, not as. But the flavors have improved dramatically.
They don't age as well in a bottle as they do in the keg. I will say that.
Or different. I don't want to say as well, but they are different. The flavors off the kegs that we had are different from those. But this has more chocolate character, and as I recall, we had a lot of dark fruits that we were getting out of the cask. I'm not getting so much of the dark fruits now off the bottle. I'm getting more of that char. I'm getting more... the molasses is not as heavy. I'm getting a little bit of the espresso, but I'm getting more of the dark chocolate and milk chocolate off this one.
Yeah, I get more dark and milk chocolate off of this one. Not as much coffee. But there is a hint of it. A little hint of molasses. Kind of at the end as it's like kind of lingering in the back of your throat.
And the boys out here poured heavy, so they're not going to be able to keep up with this.
All right, here we go. Here's the 11.
Here we go with some 11.
The 11 should be at its prime right now. It's aged the year.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's actually tasting pretty good too. It's got a really good molasses flavor to it.
Yeah, the 11 has always been a fantastic year. Right from the first time we've had it. So a year later, I'm sure next year it's going to be drinking great. We'll still have bottles. It's fantastic. Right now, honestly, it is not drinking at this moment as good as it did in the fall off the cask, though.
I don't think any of these are drinking as good as
Some
off
of them
the
actually
cask.
I liked better because I liked getting the more espresso chocolate as opposed to
This
the
one
dark
has
fruits.
a really good espresso chocolate taste to it. Like, it is fantastic right now.
And that's what I'm saying.
And it deviated from the molasses, which is what 08 was all about.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what it was all about.
Out of the bottle, I'm getting more. So touche. So I'm getting more of the. I'm getting more of the chocolate espresso than I did off the cask, where I was getting more dark fruits.
No, you're right. You know, it
Wow.
just has a good chocolate flavor with the espresso. It's doing well.
All right.
All right.
And we don't know
now-
if these guys can keep up because they got their big glasses, but we're jumping off to the 12, baby.
Here, we got the small.
We've got everyone poured with some 12, and we're doing the 12 now. So cheers to this.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Cracker in the mouth.
Yeah, it's fresher, which is fun. But 12, depending on the person, might be a highlight year because this year has so much more chocolate going on. And just some bright flavors to it, I think. More than it did even when the 11 was fresh. This has less of the molasses, more of the chocolate, and espresso
It's
hints.
kind of starting to age pretty well too. Because what, it's had 3 months under the belt now?
Yeah, and I tell you what, those 3 months have been very good to this, I think. It's kind of hard when you do one after the other, but
Yeah.
I did have a sip of this earlier because we put the 2012 into the Abyss brownies, so I got to have a nice 1.5 ounce sampler earlier.
I still think
This is good
that
beer.
with this beer that they went safe with the Abyss. I
Maybe,
still think it was a safe year.
maybe, There's more there's less of the molasses. There's a little more of the chocolate espresso hints.
I don't know as much
Which
espresso
I think
hits,
is more
just
popular.
chocolate hits.
We're back on the 7 after all of them.
All right, going back to the 11 here. Let me try this one.
I don't know. 7's awesome.
11's the best.
Ooh, it's a
11.
challenge. Oh, hold on.
10. 11.
10.
Women like the 11 as well.
Christian's a woman?
Yes.
No news
Okay.
there.
Hold on, let me try the 10.
All right. While he's trying to
Fucking
figure
women.
this out, I need to say something important. This is a class act beer, and Deschutes, you've done a fantastic job. Hats off to you, because this is great stuff. Anyway,
2007, baby.
2007 rocks.
11 second.
Okay, 11 rocks, but I think the 7 rocks.
Yeah,
And
no, 7 was good.
I'm just so excited because here we've got a 5-year-old abyss. We happen to open it at the right time, and 5 1/4 years later is drinking so good that it's challenging the 2011. Wow, it's not a disappointment. Folks, look, we got a lot of beer here. We've got a lot more beer to drink. We've got
Thanks, sir.
some food to eat.
It's the best one.
All I'm saying, folks, is life is too short,
To drink cheap beer
and we will see you.
on the next beer review.
Indeed, we will.